Everybody, it's the Thrifting Gnome here. Today at my local thrift store, it is half off everything in the store on the last Tuesday of the month. It's a Volunteers of America here in Michigan. And it's kind of chilly out here, but nice. So I thought I'd do this outside. My sister and I went, we did some shopping and then met some friends for Mexican because it's also Taco Tuesday. And I want to show something I found. I've mentioned several times in my videos, I'm trying to make sure this lines up. I wanted the Tupperware salt and pepper shakers that I've been looking for years. My friend Rosemary told me this local antique store had them. I bought the set for $14. Today, at our local Volunteers, I found this Tupperware that I've been looking for in a baggie. The salt is like there's just part of the S still left, but the pepper, which is my favorite, still says pepper. Found them for I paid $2 something for them. They were $4 something because I got them half off. I was so excited, and it was funny because it's like I knew once I paid the $14 for them, I would find some more, but I was just like excited. I walked out of there, spent about 30 something. Got a pair of pants, I think 3 shirts, a cassette tape because I just bought a cassette player and CD player. I have CDs still, but I didn't have any cassettes left. I have a record player. I got a Burl Ives. I got a computer case. I got a bunch of stuff. I got a bunch of books. Most of them I'm taking to work with me, but to have in my collection there. But you just never know. That's why I keep saying, if there's something you are looking for that you want for your collection, or you know somebody else, always tell your friends. Because like I told my friend Rosemary after I didn't tell her I wanted the measuring cups, and she had them in her garage for years. And then I finally got them because she sold them. I mentioned the Tupperware. She texted me last Friday night, like late, and said this store had them. They were only open to 6, and it's after 5, like 5:15. I ran down there and got them, and I think you've seen that video. But here are the Tupperware containers. I knew, and these ladies were down the aisle with me, and I'm like, I've really been looking for these. So I have a set now, like one to carry with me because I'm a pepper snob. I'm gonna admit it. I use the pink Himalayan salt, very little, but I do use it. But I'm a pepper snob. In Michigan, I think we've mentioned this in previous video, the mystery S on the end of Myers. And I love their pepper, their ground pepper. So I carry that with me wherever. I wanted one of these. Now I have 2. So I don't know if I've had the bigger Tupperware ones at work. So I don't know what I'm going to do with these, but it's nice to have a backup. I don't know, maybe I just throw them in my car and leave them. I don't know. If you have any ideas, because I will use them for salt and pepper, like I'm going to carry the 1 pepper in my purse. So what I can do with these, please let me know. Sorry, I'm all excited. Just one of those things, you just never know. That's why we weren't going to go. Our friends invited us to Taco Tuesday, and I'm like, hey, we got to go to VOA. It's 50% off. It's the last Tuesday of the month. And they're like, okay. And she's like, well, did you find anything? And I'm like, yes. So I tried to do the video there before we went in where it was still daylight out, but the wind was so bad here. I couldn't do it. So I kind of blocked here. That helps a little bit. The wind has died down. The temperatures dropped 20 degrees too. So, but I wanted to share with you my joy of finding these. I'm so excited. Don't plan on any thrifting trips in the next few days or so. Maybe, I don't know. You never know. Didn't see any estate sales coming up. I've only been to 2, and actually they were in the same day. So there was a couple last week, but we had gone to the church sale. So remember the only 2 church sales I know of around here. And honestly, like I'm a person who goes to church, and I've been trying to convince them that this is the way to go. Like, let's donate our stuff to a church sale and sell it that way because it will bring in money. So if you think that's a good idea, comment below. I'll try to share it with our ladies at church and maybe convince them to move forward. Who knows? Maybe I'll get lucky and some of them will have these Tupperware stuff hid in their little cupboards up there. But I wanted to tell you a story about my aunt. My aunt, my godmother. I bought a book. We go to this thing called Witch's Night. It's about an hour away in Howell. And I bought this book about Pyrex. And my aunt goes, well, I have the original Pyrex that my grandmother, I think, bought her when she married my uncle. And it's a very rare set. It's worth a lot of money. And I bug her about it all the time. I'm like, well, what are you going to do with it? And she said, well, it's going to go to her daughter, my cousin Heather. And I'm like, it should. And then it should go to Heather's daughter, Hannah. And we talk about it all the time. I'm like, she probably thinks I'm after a Pyrex. Don't get me wrong. I love Pyrex. They're beautiful. A little too heavy for me. I mentioned it several times before. I'm a Tupperware person. I am named after the Tupperware lady that worked at my parents' shop. My parents worked for American Record Company that pressed records, and most of them were Motown records. So there was a lady there. Her name was, and I'm not gonna say because I'm the thrifting gnome, but that was not her name. And when they, I'm their fourth child, so it's like and fourth daughter. I mean, there's 4 of us. There's 4 girls, and they couldn't come up with a name. And my dad's like, well, this is the Tupperware lady's name. And my grandmother was like, oh, great, that's my grandmother's name. Which my name's not bad, but my grandmother's name was Crystal. That would have been cooler. But I love my Tupperware. My dad was a Tupperware person. So, like I said, share with people what you want and what you're looking for. And I apologize, I got my weird stand and it's really high up. So, I hope you guys have a great night and a good time thrifting over the next few days. And talk to you soon. Good night.